Speaking of Atlanta artists, you want to get into it?
Oh shit, let's go. Into the classic.
We gonna do the whole catalog?
Oh, I mean, for the most part, we kind of should. I guess we should, because it's a lot. It's a lot of ground to cover, man. So who we decided to go with on this episode is, speaking of duos.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said that. From Atlanta.
Speaking of duos, and specifically from Atlanta, goddamn, we got motherfucking Outkast. This nigga's D-Mic extraordinaire right now. Shout out to my nigga Mike. But yeah, man, we got
top 5 of all times. You can't separate Big Boy from Andre 3000 when
you just can't. And I've been hearing them, speaking of the discussion, just to kind of really completely bookend it. They've been saying him against Jay-Z, and I'm like, y'all gotta stop with that cap. You can't cap like that. It's either Outkast against Jay-Z or nobody, and they look crazy being a fucking group going against a solo artist.
You know what I'm saying?
So no. Yeah, man, but one of the most prolific groups. Like, these niggas really got on the stage, and you know, they did they fucking speech at, what was that, the Source Awards?
The Source Awards. Atlanta got something to say.
And
the South got something to say.
They opened up the fucking floodgates for every nigga to come out of Atlanta after that. Like, nothing like Dungeon Family. If you have a Dungeon Family connection, speaking of Future. Then you can take over the entire game. You know what I'm saying? Future, hotter in these streets than Jay. That's what he said in his tweet or whatever. But yeah, man, Outkast. Just two of the best, starting their catalog with Southernplayalisticcaddilacmusik, Southernplayalisticcaddilacmusik, and it actually first single was a Christmas song, and it's like, that's some bullshit, dog. That's like the same argument as a nigga saying like, yo, Friday After Next is a Christmas movie.
Right.
That's the same argument. It is. It's presents, it's gifts, maybe
Santa.
Right, it's Santa Claus. Even though he a dusty ass nigga, it's a Santa Claus. We're got our fucking throwbacks and shit. Like,
yeah, this album, it gave me the underground feel.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand it. Wasn't Andre 3000 still in his thug kind of?
They kind of both mentioned, you know, selling some weed or something here and there, you know, talking shit like that, kind of on that trap shit. But
you know what I'm saying? I maybe was too young for this, but I do remember it.
So what? Did you see the numbers?
I think they sold 130,000 the first week.
All right, we just have to take that.
Hold on, marketing and sales right here.
Okay, there we go. Bottom of the single that sold 5,000. On May 12th, 1994, was certified gold. So by 94.
But they ain't got the first week sales.
Yeah. They wasn't thinking about that until 50 Cent fucking exposed how the shit worked. But yeah. Track list. Actually, hold on, wait. We need singles. Singles include Players Ball, Southernplayalisticcaddilacmusik, and Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something. One of the most iconic fucking hip hop songs ever made in the history of hip hop songs. And if you want to put your homies on, you do it like this. You put all them niggas on something that's just incredible. It's gonna live forever. Everybody thinks everything they make is gonna be incredible and be the one that live forever, but nothing like Get Up, Get Out, man. So they starting out their career with like a classic level single.
100. Don't think it's a classic album though, man.
It's totally not a classic album. It has all the remnants to like
the potential
classic, right? But it's just the ingredients.
They ain't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
They were just kids.
100%. Having a fucking ball. Talking about a song called Players Ball is gonna be on the Christmas album by L.A. Reid. It's gonna launch the label, and it turns out that shit slapped. So,
3 out of 5, bro.
3 out of 5.
From what I remember from it, I'm giving this album a 3 out of 5.
I'm down for that. straight along into ATL.
Atlantis.
I call it ATL.
300,000 copies sold the first week.
350K 2 weeks. So,
Okay.
you know, back then they were still measuring shit in 2-week intervals, but pretty fucking good.
I think I understood as a kid during this time. I understood.
I was aware, especially elevators. It just made sense. Like I remember that hook, like it was something I wrote.
You know what I mean? And they lyrics, man, was just like, and it gave us a little bit more of that psychedelic feel too, man.
Yeah,
on
like
this.
like some of the beginnings of trip hop. It's purist.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Is it one of the greatest stoner albums of all time or something like that?
I think it is
one
on
of
that
them?
list. Singles include Elevators, Me and You, Your Mama and Your Cousin Too, that one, The Aliens, and Jazzy Bell. I don't really consider Jazzy Bell to be fucking single, but whatever.
And what else did?
I mean, come on, they had two dope boys in Cadillac on this one that ended up being like a vlog. Wheels of Steel was a slap. Let me see.
You can tell that.
Yeah, they were getting real experimental in this.
Yeah. And I'm gonna give this one a 3.5.
I can dig it. I can dig it. And I'm gonna do you one better. Yeah, I'm gonna do you one better than you going for. Just because I do think that it was closer to being something more recognizable. It really made them a household name. The impact that Elevators had was just so significant that the rest of the album could just fall in line and do what it does. So I'm gonna let that one rock. I'm gonna say it's actually worth a little bit more than but we can continue with the shits to Gemini, 1998.
One of the greatest albums of all time. Now this is when they really
start cooking. They got into the cooking. One of the
Oh my
Rolling
God,
Stones 500 greatest albums of all time, being ranked at number 500 to be exact.
I think they came up since then. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think it's worth it.
Oh no, I went down in 2020. Oh no, number 49. I was about to say I thought it went up. I was about to say I know it went up. Yeah.
Right, from 500 to 49. To let y'all know what's really good here. Singles include Screwed at the Bobby, Rosa Parks, and The Art of Storytelling Part 1. All fucking classic shit. Every single one. What they do.
Man, look. They came to the D. They came to the D to record that shit, bro.
Right. Oh,
you know what I mean?
shit.
This is an iconic album. This is when I think of psychedelic rap, I think of this.
Yeah, this is for
You know.
classics.
So.
Yeah, no, so let's get to the shits. Come on, man. They opened it up with Return to the G. Like,
Come on,
you know,
man.
they had to do they intro or whatever. That's how most albums went. But they opened it up with Return to the G though. They're going to Rosa Parks. They're going to Skew It on the Barbie. They're going to Gemini.
You know what I mean?
And Synthesizer was cool. They was just trying out some shit, fucking around with George Clinton high as fucking booth.
You on the high as hell, you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
it was great. Then you get in the Art of Storytelling Part 1 and 2.
And 2.
Come on, bro. Mamacita is a song that Travis Scott used inspiration to put on Days Before Rodeo.
I remember that.
So these are just things that came out of this. Beyonce used a sample from Spotty Yachty Dopalicious.
Yep.
She used it recently. This wasn't long ago. So like, this album is for Liberation, nigga, with CeeLo and Erykah Badu,
Like, come on, man. This is like.
and it's a long album. It's damn near 80 minutes long, but it's fantastic.
And you'll be sitting there fried.
It really
That's
takes
for that
you on a
hour.
fucking
That's the
mental
hour
journey.
15 minutes you need. You know what I mean? And the production sonically is like.
They did most of it. This time.
And then the bars was nuts, man. Come on, man. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a classic album, bro.
Fucking classic. Fucking album. God damn. We might have stumbled on.
And showed that they was some of the greatest lyricists.
Man. And I want to know what people think. What do y'all think? Is this the first classic? Was Southernplayalisticcaddilacmusik a fucking classic? Maybe we fucked up. Let us know in the comments. I'm ready to argue with you. Let's do it. But yeah, man, fantastic album, bro. I ain't got shit bad to say.
It's a masterpiece, man.
Masterpiece.
Steak on ya.
Moving on to 2000.
Oh my
Lord. 2-year break. Came back with some more different ass fucking sounding shit.
And this one, I really started to see that they was the same but different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Two sides to the same coin.
You know what I mean? Another album of the year. You know what I mean? Crazy singles, Bombs Over Baghdad, Miss Jackson, So Fresh and So Clean. All classic ass shit.
God damn.
Classic ass shit. And we crossing over.
Back again to Rolling Stones. 500 greatest albums of all time. Starting at 361 in 2012, but moving to number 64 in the 2020 reboot.
So they got 2 top 100 albums?
They got 2 top 100 albums according to the Rolling Stones. Very high praise. So be aware. Let me see. We're gonna go ahead and get
more
to the song.
psychedelic shit, man.
Highly psychedelic, to be exact. Because Gasoline Dreams was a banger. And then they get into the little I'm Cool interlude, which slides so perfectly.
It was so fresh, so clean.
And then that goes into Miss Jackson. And then Snapping and Tap was an okay song. We got to hear a little bit more in front
Killer Mike, you know what I mean?
Yep. And then we kind of start falling into these places, and then we get into B.O.B. Bombs Over Baghdad. Boom. And that's followed by Explosion. Very coincidentally. No, it's not a coincidence. So, I mean, it gets, my bad, that was me, into a certain bag. We get the whole Dungeon family. We get Erykah Badu back again. Eventually finding out that that's his child's mother and shit.
Which
and
was
they
wild.
locked in. And they locked
She
in.
had that Yanni. He
Right.
just went
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
else.
Oh yeah, man. He was locked in a whole different place.
You know what
That
I
nigga was in
mean?
a different dimension. Fuck fucking Avengers, nigga. If you ever been in Erykah Badu's box, different dimension, my nigga. But never, I've never been. Gangsta shit. So it was some shit on here. And I thought it was one of them. Nope. I thought this was where one of the songs made on NBA Live.
This just seemed like a crossover version of the last album, and I think the singles make it classic.
Oh, damn. You think the singles hold that much weight?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. But it's hard to argue against that because it's Miss Jackson. It's so fresh and so clean.
You know what I'm saying?
and Bombs Over Back. Come on. It's just.
All the other songs could have been trash as fuck.
100%.
And I'm not saying all the other songs are trash as fuck.
100%.
I'm just saying it's hold that much weight in all the other songs.
Okay. I mean, and now, because, you know, maybe people are just finding out about this show. Maybe this is the first time they decided to listen in. What is your criteria system for naming a classic album? Our shit is the same, but I would prefer it from you. I would like
What was it? Lyrics, beats, impact. What's the other two?
Well, it's production, not beats, but impact. And then it was staying power.
Staying power, and which is how long the songs live.
Right.
And
it was
Intangibles. Was it Intangibles?
I think it was something like that. I can't even remember the fucking criteria.
Yeah.
But it was pretty much along those lines where it was like, all right, and then did it live? How well did it live? And I think at a certain point, you have to give something a lot more credit because it's like, you would never expect a song like about dealing with your kid's mom's mom to be like however many times platinum hit, crossover, white people, black people, Indian people, everybody loves this shit.
You know what I
You know what I'm
mean?
saying? Like, it was just so fucking relatable, and it's just living to this day. From 2000 to 2021, if you play it, nobody will mind.
And so fresh, so clean.
And so fresh, so clean. Nobody give a fuck. Bombs Over Baghdad didn't live the greatest, but it made it on like NBA Live, like 2004. So it was hot.
This is a 5-star album.
God damn. Woo!
2 in a row.
God damn. Not a 5-star album to me though.
What?
There's almost too much going on. Too many songs for that to happen. Now if they would have backed off just a little bit, while they did have some slappers on here, they had a lot of mids. I sort of kind of do weigh heavy on Miss Jackson and So Fresh and So Clean, but if I could at least weigh heavy like that on B.O.B., then I would agree. But it's the third single that's lost its flavor and sauce, and the third single was supposed to be one of the classic tier songs that really helped push that over into the classic space.
Right.
For me. You know what I'm saying? So if B.O.B. would have lived better and longer, I would have agreed, but it didn't. And that's where I draw the line.
Okay.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
What you giving it?
It's a 4 out of 5. It's 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it ain't a classic, but it's damn near close. Only if that one had lived a little bit better. If y'all let us know in the comments if you agree with me, if you agree with Bones. Bones probably ain't gonna argue with you, but I fucking will. Let's talk about it. So yeah, man. We got more albums, y'all. Trust me. Trust me. What do you plan on being doing during the holiday for the New Year's? This is gonna come out before then, and the clip's gonna start dropping. So what do you plan on doing, Mark? You just gonna enjoy yourself?
Hold on, wait, say it again.
What do you plan on doing around the holidays for New Year's and shit? You know what I'm saying? This gonna come out before then, so.
I'm chilling, man.
That's
Outside is wild right now. I'm chilling.
It's a little crazy, man. I thought about it too, man. Omarion is going nuts out there. You know, it's better to kind of play it more safe than sorry. I agree. But here is where it gets tricky for Outkast.
Does this count as an Outkast album?
Now, I've been thinking that my goddamn self, but it is presents Outkast. So this is technically an Outkast album. But is it? Oh, this is the greatest hits. All right. Okay. No. This is the greatest hits. So yeah, this is the greatest hits. So this don't count. I thought this was like that compilation that that Big Boy put out and shit. So all right, that definitely don't count. So from 2000, we get a 3-year hiatus from the group. Eventually, they come back and they provide us with the smash, diamond-selling album, Speakerboxxx, The Love Love.
Okay, I'm loaded.
Arguably the closest thing we get to an Andre 3000 solo album, which I don't agree with. That's cheating. That's a cop out.
Or Drake rapping and fully singing album. It's kind of like you didn't get that either. Trust me. So I mean, what was the number here?
500,000 the first week and they did it again the second week too or some shit like that.
Woo.
Okay, I'm loaded.
Singles include Hey Ya, The Way You
Super
Move,
crossover, super
Roses,
crossover.
Ghetto Music / Prototype.
Okay, I'm loaded.
Do you even gotta say anything about this song?
I was thinking it. I'm glad you fucking said it. Come on, bro. Like, we can really, like,
20
go
songs
through
a piece. These niggas gave us 40 in the mention.
40 balls. Yeah, they start with the little below. They give you motherfucking pretty much 40, 39. What? More than 2 hours of music. Oh, man. And you just wouldn't be able to think that somebody that gives you 2 hours worth of music is going to give you a real certified classic.
Like some good shit. Like, all right, man, I'm gonna wait.
Oh, and, all right, now, let's cut to the chase. Whose side is this shit weighted on? Don't even front.
I'm gonna still say they even because who had the more impactful singles?
I need the it's cap sound effect. I need to find somebody saying it's cap. I might have to record that shit myself. Cause I don't agree. Come the fuck on. The Way You Move was a slammer. But that's not where all the value lies on Andre 3000's side. Let's be real here. All this nigga Andre 3000, Big Boy really got on his side, for the most part, it's his single, and Ghetto Music was on fucking NBA Live 2003. That shit wasn't no real single. Ain't nobody hear it on radio.
Flip Flop Rock, man. Stop playing with me.
Man, Flip Flop, that album side of it was some bullshit and you could have left it alone. That's all I got to say. Come on, Flip Flop Rock.
Man, stop coming at him like that, bro.
Ain't
That's a
nobody
classic
coming to
album
you
on
and
that
asking,
side.
yo, turn on that motherfucking shit. Turn the Big Boy Speakerboxxx on.
Sir Lucius Left Foot?
Nobody, Sir, what? Sir Lucius, I don't even have nothing to say about that. Fuck that shit. Because it was all about Love Below. As soon as Love Below fucking came on, it was like, alright, I see where this nigga's going. Then he came out with, then Spread just started. And then it was like, holy shit, this is hard. And then Where Are My Panties? I'm like, oh, this is a great fucking little story. That's how I be, right? Because you know, that's exactly what both of us is thinking. Then Prototype, and then She Lives in My Lap was Rosario Dawson. You got Rosario Dawson on the track, nigga, and it's a slap. Come on, Hey Ya and Roses are his. Come on,
I'm talking about the way you move. I'm talking about the way you move.
I know. I'm talking about more than the way you move. I'm talking about slammers. Name me something else that you can sing right now.
Nigga, I like the way you move.
Something else from Big Boy side. Let's go.
Nigga, no.
Rap that shit. You
Nigga.
can't. I can do. I can rap everything I just fucking started. Everything I named, I can give you that joint. So come on, bro. Weight it the same. Cut it out.
All right, so are you saying since his side is, in your opinion, trash? So are you saying because this is a whole album? So do you cut it down from 5 stars to 2.5? Because this is 40 songs.
No. And while I do that, I'm not calling the rest of it trash. I do know that it's good music on Big Boy's side of it. It don't weigh the same though. My whole point. Stop weighing them the same. It's not. That nigga fucking Andre tipped the scale. You don't have to make it 50%. It's 100% still. 60-40 exists still. You can still say it's 60-40. You just saying that because you don't want to get fucking attacked by the hordes.
No, because you
fans.
can't separate this shit, bro. That's one album.
That don't matter. It is one album. All I'm just saying is it's side of it. That's it. Disc 2 is better than disc 1. You can't fucking compare something against itself.
No.
You can. Comment below. You agree with him? Cause I don't, and I will argue with you, nigga. Let's
so
do
what
it.
you give it out of the 5, though?
It's gonna get a fucking 5. What do you mean?
It's a 5. This is a 5.
It's a 5, but it's more of a 5. More for Andre 3000. It's more his fault than it is Big Boy's. That's all. That's all I'm fucking saying. And I can continue. Cause She's Alive slap.
Yeah, this is for classics.
God, this album is
And Vibrate. Phenomenal song. It's his attack at R&B. Though. So he's doing something completely experimental.
I'm hip.
And it was a better piece of the album. All it needs is that. After it, it's extra.
So does that mean
everything Big Boy puts on is extra? That's it. That's all I mean. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, agreed.
See, look, he wanted to be time. He wanted to party. Let's go. Look at your boy.
It still ain't enough to put him top 5 solo.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough. I agree. I'll argue that point too, y'all. Let me know.
You can't separate them, bro.
But you can't separate them. You can't. And then the next album is Idlewild. Now, do you want to go here? Because this is the last stop.
Nah, this is a soundtrack.
It's in the albums, man.
Man, it's a soundtrack, bro.
It's the 6th and final studio album, bro. I believe studio album. And served as the soundtrack. That's just like saying King.
It was the soundtrack, bro.
Stop it, bro.
It was not.
Released simultaneously.
It wasn't the soundtrack, though.
Soundtrack.
That was not the soundtrack.
Yes, it was, because it was no soundtrack.
Exactly.
Because it was King. Cut it out. Nigga, this nigga wanna fucking play. Nigga, play.
So you saying American Gangster is the American Gangster soundtrack?
You goddamn right.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It was no soundtrack. There's no soundtrack. That nigga said, don't release one, I got it. That's what happened. And they did the same thing. Don't release one, I got it. That's typical marketing 101. Release the product alongside the movie because the movie is the promo for the product. Whether or not the fucking product is in the movie or not.
Well, all in all.
So this shit counts, bro. It counts. I agree it counts. Your girl, Janelle Monáe, was involved in this shit. And so you don't want to count it as part of her credits. You ain't even gonna make it her real credits for a real Outkast album. You would have met this bitch around 2006.
Man, do you remember this?
You would have met this bitch in 2006. I do. And you would have said, she would have been introducing herself. Oh yeah, I'm Janelle Monáe. I wrote for Outkast. And you would have been like, what album? And she would have said this. And you would have said, bitch, you ain't right for Outkast.
Hey, don't come at her like that, bro.
You would have said you did not write for Outkast at that point in our lives. Anyway. But come on, let's go. Mighty O. Single. Mighty O. Morris Brown. Idlewild.
Did they have Lil Wayne on here too?
Hollywood Divorce.
Hollywood
Divorce.
okay.
And The Train. Come the fuck on. These niggas was bullshitting in 2006. Cause the movie was alright.
We have to. They just have
but
to.
They put out this 25-song soundtrack and called it their discography.
Bro, we could have just skipped this, bro.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, I'm loaded.
This get a out of five. This get a skip card in Uno.
Out of 5, this should get a loose pawn chess piece. Give a fuck about that piece.
Yeah, so it's safe to say, well, for me, they got 3. For you, they got 2.
They have 2. So what do you guys think?
They got one of the best discographies, though, out of anybody.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Because I am going to remember it and use it as a timestamp in the fucking shit. So I can go back to this moment and clip it out when it's time to talk about our top 5 discographies. Yeah.
I thought you were doing it today, but okay.
No, we're not doing that today. That's just top 5. That's an evergreen subject. We'll talk about that one now.
Okay.
So, yeah. Today, though, what we came to do, a little bit later, if y'all hanging in with us and are listening to the long form shit, which is a select few of y'all, we thank y'all for showing up each and every time.